Welcome to Road to Billions podcast, the mentality of an entrepreneur. With your host, Moise Bertrand.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It is your host, Moise Bertrand, the Road to Billions podcast, and I'm grateful for you guys to be listening and tuned in, man. It's 2:16 a.m. You get me? Why am I up? Honestly, I don't know. I've been having this creative energy where I've been honestly just hitting the floor running with everything I want to do. I've been so adamant about just moving forward with things and just not waiting on things to come to me. I'm just spearheading it. But I just wanted to make this podcast to just make it very simple, but also thought provoking for those who want to go ahead and be interested in this. I know a lot of people ask me, why did I become an entrepreneur? What does it take to become an entrepreneur? And how do you stay an entrepreneur? And honestly, from my experience and from what I'm going through as of now, but my early years are just like starting entrepreneurship. I started entrepreneurship because I wanted freedom. I wanted freedom to do what I want to do. I wanted freedom to earn how much I want to earn, spend how much I want to spend, and really like regulate my life. That comes with a lot. That comes with a lot of responsibility, a lot of accountability, a lot of budgeting, and quite frankly, it's one of those things that a lot of people can't get a hold of. I'm blessed to say I'm one of the very few people who actually are doing entrepreneur things, and I'm successfully doing it. You get me? There's a difference between someone who has a business and this. There is a difference between someone who has a business and someone who relies on just their hustle and skills to make money. Because the business, you could have inherited that business, but them hustle and skills, you could always open another business, and that happened a lot in my life. I did a lot where things, things that may seem out of reach, it was something I made possible. And when I tell people entrepreneurship is one of those things where you got to know your why, you really got to know your why. Because you're going to wake up some days and not just want to do things. You might wake up on some days where you're tired and everything like that. So I tell people constantly, like, remember what you're getting yourself into. This is not no overnight thing. And, when you get into entrepreneurship, you got to ask yourself, what's your motivation to become an entrepreneur? Like, what is motivating you to say you want to go ahead and go against the rules of society and become an entrepreneur? Because it's not something you just wake up one day and be like, I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to quit everything I have, all the benefits, everything, and I'm just going to go cold turkey and just go hard. What's your motivation? Keep that in the back of your mind. Another thing I want to ask you guys is, when you become an entrepreneur, or when you start gaining interest in becoming an entrepreneur, ask yourself, like, what is your area of expertise or passion? Me, I could easily help people open up businesses, scale it, turn skills into profit, and market it. I could help a small business gain traction, gain an audience, create a new marketing plan or strategy. I could easily do that. Same thing with real estate. I could help people. I'm good with financials. I'm good with running numbers. But overall, my whole concept is around people and servicing. Anything that deals with whatever I deal with, I could help people with in it. You get me? So like marketing, I'm gonna help people in marketing. Or real estate, I'm gonna help people easily come in real estate. So the things I have my hands in, I'm really passionate about it, and I'm good with people around it. So ask yourself, what you passionate about, or what are you an expert in? You don't always have to be passionate about something. You could be an expert in something. You don't always have necessarily have all the answers. You can have all the passion. One thing or the other is going to fuel you to keep going because you need that motivation, I say. And what do you see yourself starting? What type of business do you see yourself going into? What type of business do you see yourself creating? If you're passionate about doing hairstylist, or are you passionate about opening your own salon and therefore having like 12 booths in there and so forth, so forth? Or do you just want to be a private stylist that's traveling the world and doing amazing things that way as well? So It's really up to you, man. It's really up to how you want to play the court, because entrepreneurship is one of those things where you have to constantly remind yourself, why did I sign up for this? When I signed up for it, I made an executive decision to only perform better than someone who actually worked at a job. Some days I'm short, some months I'm down, but I know 3 months I'm making as much money as I want. I don't have a limit to it. I don't have a cap on it. I'm in control of my destiny. I told people a lot. I told people this: your business can make no money for 5 months out the year. That still leaves 7. You could be rich for the last 7 months of the year. Literally, the first 5 months, your business can make no money. In the last 7 months, your business is making a bag. So ask yourself, like, what type of business do you see yourself going into? For me, it was real estate and marketing. Something I know I could do in the back of my hand. Quick, easy, couple change here. That's going to allow me to sustain my lifestyle. You get me? Because people believe and people see that I can actually transcend their ideas into profit. I do it all the time. It's just something I have a good skill at. So I just took that skill and I ran with it, to be honest. I tell people all the time, like, I'm not trying to reinvent no wheel. Reinvention leads to sometimes destruction. Because if I see people already doing marketing and real estate and they're doing well with it, why do I want to change this up? Like, I'm just going to follow what I see them doing. That's really good. Just add my own lingo to it, but, just do my own thing. But, you guys, when I tell you guys, entrepreneurship is one of those things where you could be broke and you still got to wake up and continue to work on your business. You could be up and you have to continue to work on your business. Because if you're able to keep the long-term vision for whatever company you're looking to get or have, you have to motivate yourself to continuously see bigger and better for yourself. If you don't have a long-term vision for yourself, you're fooling yourself out of the character that you want to be. You're just going with the flow, and I don't think you should try to test everything out in life. I think you should just make an executive decision to know what you want to do, the places where you want to be at, the type of money you want to make, the businesses you want to manifest, and the people you want to work with. You do that, you'll be good. Okay? And another thing as well, you guys, like, entrepreneurship, I call it this. Listen, it's like, you ever notice when people get kicked off the team or they can't perform really well and they get embarrassed and they leave? Like, similar to Coach Carter. If you guys see the movie Coach Carter, if you haven't, I really recommend it. Samuel L. Jackson, great movie. But the whole concept of the movie was killing your ego and being okay or relearning the foundation of life, which was love, honesty, and transparency. You get me? Like, all those things were just being played in our face and we kind of overlooked it. So in the one scene, this is comparison to entrepreneurship, because a lot of people, they give up so quickly. And it irks me because I'm like, you didn't even see how good it gets. Yeah, you're gonna be messed up for a while, but when a client sends you a wire for 3,000 to 5,000, 5,000 to 6,000, 10,000, 13,000, 24,000, 14,000, you're like, what the fuck? And then you might just be down for the next 4 months after that. But that 14 grand might last you a good 3, 4, 5, 6 months if you know how to budget your money right. See, most people, they get 14 grand and they blow it or they save it. So they don't really see how they could extend it. Well, being an entrepreneur, that 14 grand, you're accounting your rent into it sometimes, because you might just say, forget the rent. I'm just going to go ahead and do this play. But you got the 14, you're breaking it down into the things you have to reinvest in to make more money. And most of the time, it's more coming out than it's more coming in. So that 14 might just be your gross, really, even though you made 14 from a client. But by the time you get your check back from your own company, it might be like 6 grand. 8 is back out. You might be like, damn. But by the time you look back at all the money you spent, look how much money you just made. Sometimes people sometimes at jobs aren't able to save that much money. You get me? They get their bonuses, they blow it. They 401k, they can't tap into it for real unless they take a loan against it. And that's a penalty. Then they got to still pay. So you still paying something. You paying for something. So you might as well pay for your freedom. And entrepreneurship is one of those things where it's cutthroat. It'll eat you up and spit you out and say, next. Who's next? Who's ready to rumble? So when people come up to me, they be like, man, you doing your thing, man, with business. Listen, man, I know because this shit is not easy. I was able to move to Atlanta and get my own spot, have my own car, that's doing my own thing, providing for myself. And it's an amazing feeling that I'm sitting back and looking at the thing I created for myself just off the face of wanting to be free. You get me? So you have to know, you have to consider a few things. The amount of time you're going to have to start this business up, the amount of endurance of time and effort that is going to require you, the financial aspect of it, and knowing what's going to set you apart from everybody else. Once you know what sets you apart from everybody else, you're at a point in your life where you're able to defer yourself and not play with yourself, not play with your price. You know you charge for one thing, you stay at it. I had people buy my jackets, and I'm selling it for $55. Right now at the moment. It's going to be a lot more in the future when I'm adding all different things and, it gets better. But I tell people I don't sell to make money off of it right now. I'm selling it to create a brand, create awareness, create that ecosystem, create that following. Because I feel like if people are able to wear something I created from my imagination and put it on the clothes, put it on the apparel, put it on the hat, put it on something, a pencil, some socks, some shorts, some sweats, and they're willing to buy it and wear it and rock it. Shit, go to sleep in it. I took something that came from my imagination, people, and I put it on something physical. And I made money from it. And although I made money from it, my whole point of view wasn't to make money from it. My point of view was, why can't I just create more product off the things my mind is telling me I can make money off? I wanted to see the things that my mind was telling me was possible. I wanted to be a creator because it makes me happy when I see somebody wearing my jacket randomly in a story, or when somebody posts the jacket and they tag me randomly, or when someone, video calls me or FaceTimes me and be like, hey, listen, bro, look what I got on. Or when somebody tells me they was walking around with my jacket and somebody say, hey, where you got that jacket from? And you feel me? It's just those things, like, it make my heart warm because I'm like, damn. It's just the hustle in me. You get me? And with entrepreneurship, bro, you can't be afraid, bro. You can't be afraid to, get rejected, because I get told no a lot, believe it or not. I just show the yeses. The yeses are the things that become successions. You get me? That's the things that's going to get me to the next level. You hear me? In anything. Soon you hear yes, that's the next level. The access to the next level, boom. When you hear no, it's okay. You're still at the same level. But that one yes is what's going to change your life. You get me? So it's not something that you should just wait and linger around. It's something you should really think about if you want to challenge yourself a lot more in life. Like I said, it's not easy. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you, but it's rewarding. I get up and I do what I want religiously. I've been doing it for the last couple of years. And like I said, it's not always glitter and gold. But I know I could wake up in the morning and do what I love. And that's just like anything somebody else would pay for in life is a peace of mind. I have that. I have the things I want. I'm continuously working towards the things I want. But for the most part, I have everything. And I did it without I did it without the help of certain securities. I did it with the help of resources, partners, a vision, faith, endurance, perseverance, all these things, man. It took a lot, and it still takes a lot. It takes a toll on you, knowing that the thing you could work on may never hit, or the thing you work on, it is going to hit, and it's just going to take a longer time than you thought. But I believe everything is going to become successful with due time. Just like I said, just like I said in some other episodes, you take a guy who wants to go to the NBA, you throw him in the court, you surround him by NBA players all day long, he's going to eventually become an NBA player. You get me? Like, it's just those things you just got to really, like, take account, like, anything's possible. Life is possible. Prosperity is possible. You feel me? Good health is possible. But it's the creation of knowing if you're going to start something, don't look to finish so quickly. Don't look to hurry and get to the finish line, because you're going to be running all day, lost. And you're going to get lost. You're going to be confused. You're going to want to give up. You're going to want to say, fuck this shit. But you got to understand what you're in it for. Because once you get a little taste of money in entrepreneurship, and you can pay your bills and everything like that, you get kind of content with life. You're like, I could make this much money, pay my bills. Anything on top of that is profit. And you telling me I don't got to listen to nobody and drive in 8 a.m. and 7 a.m. traffic, and I could work from my computer and laptop, and that's all I need? I wouldn't trade it for nothing. You get me? It's just the peace of mind that you have. And you continuously scale yourself up from 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 bands, 1,100, 110, 150, 200K. You could do that in 5-6 years. Somebody at a job working 6-7 years, they may never touch that. And then that could be something that time that tells. Like, it's not fortunate. That's unfortunate, I'm sorry. It's unfortunate, but you understand, sometimes the boss, he gonna pay you the most costs, but at the end he gonna win at all costs. You feel me? He pays the most costs, and at the end he's gonna win at all costs. So we all looking at it from a bird's eye view. How fast could I get to the finish line? Is not a question you should ask yourself. You should ask yourself, why do I even want to start this? Why do I want to become an entrepreneur? Why do I want to own a business? Why do I want to start something new for my life? And once you get those answers set away, man, life becomes a lot easier. You know who to cut away from you. You know who's meant to be in your energy. And, it's just one of those things where I tell people all the time, like, you don't waste your potential on potential. You get me? Like, you can't, that cancels each other out. That's like a team full of rookies playing against veteran NBA players. Potential and potential can't cancel out. Like, it cancels each other out. But when you have potential and good, it does well. So for every good thing that you do, good is going to come back. So keep that same moral in business and entrepreneurship. Karma's a bitch. You don't want to do no fuck shit to people, and your money's gone. Now you really can't do nothing. Or your face card's so bad you can't even work on nothing for real. Or you just been known to just not do good business, and people just don't want to work with you. And now you stuck and stranded, or you get an argument with every customer, or you plead the fifth when people ask you, oh, why you charge, like your prices are all over the place, and you don't have a structure and people don't respect it. Now you have bad business going on. And it's not because you're bad or like a stupid person or anything like that. We all fucked up. Like, I made mistakes multiple times, in business. Like, it's just something that you just got to work at it and get better at. But the minute you start getting better at it, it becomes effortlessly. Like, the conversation was slow, the verbiage is easier to understand. The financials becomes a lot more easy to be accessible to. And when I say financials, I mean like getting to the bag, making new businesses, making more money, understanding money, learning about money, and just following the journey of like enlightenment. You know, entrepreneurship is like really revealing yourself as struggle, believing in God when things get rough, believing in God when things get good. You know, if I bless you today with 10 bands, are you gonna say fuck me in the wrong? If I make you wait for 10 bands for a couple months, are you gonna still say fuck me in the wrong, or are you gonna give me more praise? So it's all depend. It's all depending on how you view life, man. I take life really seriously, but also free flow it. You know, I do what I want to do, and I believe in God to direct me in the right path, and that's why I choose entrepreneurship every time because He tells me that I'm made for it, and I've been doing it, and I've been telling myself. So you gotta get in the same mindset. You gotta convince yourself subconsciously that you're capable of doing it. If you ever made rent and you didn't even know how you was gonna make rent, something that's popped off in your mind, and you was able to make money, that's entrepreneurship right there. That's the hustler in you right there. You're able to do it. Do you want to do it every month though? Do you want to hustle your way out of it? Do you want to hustle your way out of debt? Do you want to hustle your way out of the rat race? It ain't easy, folks, but we got to get to the top because, like I said, it's not many of us that's doing this in entrepreneurship, let alone black guys, you know, black men. Like, we just been always forced to just do real skilled jobs, which isn't bad, but where are the businesses going to come from if people are continually working for other people all the time? Like, if all the black guys take all these skills and take it to these corporate jobs, and you had this guy who was really a great CPA and he never opened up a business because he just felt like he was content with working for a brokerage, a firm. Okay, cool. We need another guy who has the same skill set as him, who could do the same thing as him, to be the one to be the entrepreneur and business owner and the community, because we need someone like that to be representation. And not only that, it's just the yin and yang in life. You need something everywhere. Nothing is not, everything is a duplicate of something somewhere else. You get me? So we need him to be the entrepreneur in the community while the other guy still works corporate, because we need a balance of life. We don't need too many guys or too many black guys working for jobs and everything like that, and then there's not enough ownership to pass down from generation. We need enough people to be able to be like, you know what, I'm gonna be the sacrificial lamb for my family, so when I have kids, they don't have to stress and go through the same struggles I did. You feel me? Like, you don't want your kid just relying on you for money. You want them to build a mindset that money is able to be attained no matter what you do in life. I don't have to be a doctor to make doctor money. I don't have to be a pharmacist to make pharmacist money. You give me, I can make $100K in real estate and just chill and do what I want to do, wear sandals, and I could do that. I don't have to become a nurse or anything like that. I don't want to do. And that's for anything, for anybody in life. You don't have to do what they want you to do. Reinvent yourself. Like I said in the last episode, man, it's like we only doing things that's going to take us to next levels. And entrepreneurship, I'm not going to say it's going to take you to the next level, but if you believe it will, you got to understand that you got to follow through with it. You can't look back. You can't let your people, your family convince you that you got to go get a job, because you're going to want to go get a job. But if you know you in it to win it, bro, like, just chill on the finish line. If you in it to show people you're being a business owner, entrepreneur, you're doing the wrong thing, getting the wrong business. It's going to eat you up and it's going to spit you out. I say treat the game with respect and it's going to treat you back better. You do good, it gives you back better. You feel me? You do bad, it gives you worse. So it's an equal exchange. It's a law of karma. Like, it's a law of equal exchange. Like, whatever you do in life, you get back. So your business should be a representation of you. If you do good business, people should want to work with you. If you do bad business, your name will be tainted. Your business will be tainted. You get me? I thank God every day that sometimes, even though I may not be the best business owner or I may not have the best luck in business, I'm very transparent with everybody I work with in business. Hey, this didn't go through. Hey, this is messing up. I'm very transparent. And that's what saves my face card. I don't look to be someone who creates this imaginary story. I'm not perfect, but I can solve problems, and problems is something that's solved, and I create solutions to it. That's why I became a marketing strategist, because the solutions I find to everyday problems, I'm able to fulfill those just by thinking about it and treating it like it's my problems. And I do this every day in life, anyways. I solve everybody else's problems. So, hey, I had to make a business out of it. But the fact of the matter is, I appreciate you guys for listening to Road to Business podcast. I just wanted to go ahead and drop this episode tonight as well, just to get it out there. Have you guys, just listening. Have 2 new episodes. I did that for you guys. I want you guys to continuously chase your dreams and do everything you want to do in life. Remember to respect everybody around you. Respect the people you work with. Respect the people you speak with. Respect the business that you're actually manifesting to grow. And respect yourself as a person, as a man, as a woman. Because the more you allow into your space, that's what becomes your energy. The more people you come in your space, the less exclusive you come. The less exclusive you let people, the more exclusive you are with yourself, the more things that will try to come into your circle, which means you're able to choose now. But don't let everybody come in your circle. Don't everybody let come in your business. Don't let everybody see your master plan. Don't let everybody see your exit strategy, because you want to tell everybody things that, yeah, it sounds good. You want to bounce ideas off people. But sometimes the vision was made and spoke to you directly for a reason. And the minute you tell somebody that shit, the dopamine that's being released in your mind that may just go out in the world, it's not going to be the same dopamine if the person don't give it a reaction that you anticipated for. You told them you want to go do something. They're like, you sure? Now you like, damn, you down yourself. When in the beginning you was so hype. So remember, your environment, your faith, your knowledge, your perseverance, your passion or expertise, that's what's going to make you a great entrepreneur. That's what's going to take you to the next level. That's what's going to separate you from the boys to the men. That's what's going to separate you from the girls to the woman. You feel me? What is it that's going to make you different from everybody else? I told you what I already told y'all what I'm about. Y'all hear what I'm about. Y'all see my Instagram page. Y'all see my YouTube. Y'all hear my podcast. Y'all see the merch. Y'all see it. Like I don't have to broadcast that. I don't broadcast the things I do for real. I speak on my podcast because this is where I really get my therapy session in. Because I don't talk to people, you feel me? So when I'm talking to you guys on here, it's like I'm talking to myself, but I know people are listening, so I give you guys that routine of like the things I go through in my everyday life. I have things I'm in a lot, like a lot of things I have my hands in because I have to keep money coming in. But the fact of the matter is sometimes money don't come in and sometimes it come in. So I only have to work on keeping it coming in. And the only way you do that is just by being in motion. So go listen to that episode as well. The motion don't stop people. But the fact of the matter is, man, entrepreneurship is for anybody who believe in themselves. I'm not better than you. You're not better than me. We all equal. And at the end of the day, like, I want you guys to chase your dreams just like I'm doing. You feel me? We all gonna get to the top. But who's willing to go and join me on the journey? Who's willing to actually go on the journey and just ride it out and stick it through? 5, 10 years, 3 years, 2 years, you don't know. You might pop in 6 months. You just don't know. But the gamble